Imagine yourself walking towards the market, but instead of encountering stalls filled with fruits and vegetables, your eyes meet a scene of single women, all desperately seeking a partner. This is the reality for millions of individuals across China at this very moment. These are the women labeled as leftover in China. The term leftover women is typically applied to unmarried women over 27 years old who have not yet married. However, it is crucial to understand that this is a derogatory term. It is used for both unmarried men and women in Chinese society. If a single woman surpasses 30 years of age, she is referred to as shengnu in Mandarin, which translates to leftover women. In Cantonese, she is termed as chengluo, which translates to orange at the bottom of the basket, signifying something unsold or used to fill a gap. On the other hand, if an unmarried man exceeds 30 years, he is called zan xiwang lau, which translates to diamond bachelor in Mandarin. The reason being an orange at the bottom of the basket represents a problem in China, and why people resort to extreme measures to find a partner lies in the need to unravel social pressures and the reality of life in China.
The roots of this issue delve deep into dating practices in China. In 1979, the one-child policy was implemented to control population growth. Although repealed in 2016 and replaced by the two-child policy, which has now been updated to the three-child policy currently in effect, remnants of this original policy persist. With approximately 144.7 men for every 100 women in China, coupled with a strong preference for sons, gender imbalance prevails. Sons are seen as bearers of the family name, heirs to wealth, and crucially, those expected to care for their parents in old age. This deeply ingrained mindset, stemming from centuries of tradition, persists even in contemporary times. However, the issue goes beyond numbers. There is a social preference for younger brides, typically in their 20s. Single women in their late 20s or older often struggle to find partners. As Chinese men openly express a preference for younger women, some would rather remain single than date an older woman.
It's no secret that Chinese society differs profoundly from the West. While the technological competition between China and America persists, there is a significant disparity in what the public is exposed to. For instance, on Chinese TikTok, there is a version dedicated to promoting scientific, educational, and historical content, whereas the Western version is more focused on dance videos and questionable content. It's not surprising, therefore, that millions of women opt to pursue higher education or focus on their careers. This shift challenges traditional norms, where women were expected to prioritize marriage and family. This change in priority is not only in mindset, but also in geography. Chinese men in rural areas face increasing difficulties in finding wives due to the mass migration of women from rural to urban areas in search of better economic opportunities. Many of these career-oriented women are comfortable with remaining single, but traditions and family roots remain strong. This leads some parents to intervene and attend so-called marriage markets to promote their single daughters. These markets are deeply rooted in tradition and highlight the intense social pressure for marriage, to the extent parents are willing to go to ensure their children are not left behind. The dating industry in China is vast and lucrative, with annual revenue estimates exceeding $300 million. Some sociologists suggest that the label of leftover women may have been created by the dating and marriage industry to maximize profits, playing on the fears of parents and single women. The future of leftover women in China is uncertain, but data suggests they will continue to play a significant role in the country's growth. Although facing challenges such as detentions, increased surveillance and repression, women's rights activists in China continue to fight for justice and equality.